Hi, I'm Jana, and today we're going to do a real mom car tour of the 2024 Infiniti QX60 autograph trim level, which is an all-wheel drive. This has an MSRP of $69,000. It starts at $63,000, but with a few options and add-ons here, the MSRP for this is $69,445, I think. I'll definitely put it in my notes. In full transparency, not just today, I took some of this video last night, I took it an hour ago, and I forgot to do an intro, so here's your intro, YouTube. I am not an expert. I don't work for a dealership. I don't work for a brand. I am just a mom who hauls two kids back and forth to school, and so I try to look at vehicles from a family perspective. So if you would like to see more fun and family car reviews and you like this video at the end, click subscribe. You can also find me at realmomcartours.com. I have a website, if you can believe that or not, and I'm on TikTok and Instagram under Real Mom Car Tours. So let me know what you think of this video. It takes me forever to edit these things. So if you have time to give it a like, please do. Let's talk about the seats. You have this beautiful premium leather seat in the autograph trim. They are heated and ventilated in the front. They are heated in the second row, and they're massaging up front as well for both the driver and the passenger. You have a giant wireless charging pad, and you do have wireless Apple CarPlay, but you will need to connect with a cord for Android Auto. Let's just take a second and just look at some of the things that are at your fingertips when you're in the driver's seat of the QX60. First of all, you have touch controls with a little bit of haptics for your climate. The knobs are also pulled out, which I appreciate for the actual temperature. And this is where you control your heated and ventilated seats. And you can kind of hear me pressing. So it is a little bit of a touch thing. You also have a wireless charging pad, USB and a USB-C. You have an electronic gear shifter, which leaves you all this open space to have a pass-through. And you can control your drive modes right here. We have personal, which is whatever you set it to be, sport, auto, eco, and snow. This particular car that I'm driving is all-wheel drive. So take that for what it's worth. Thank you to my friend Catherine. Right here, you have this knob and buttons, so this will help control your screen. And this is very similar. If you've seen the screen in the infotainment in the Nissan Pathfinder, this is kind of a, I hate to say a fraternal sister, it's not a fraternal twin, but it is kind of a sister because Infiniti Nissan is basically the same company, just like Toyota and Lexus. So this is very similar. You can control it here and click home, which will take you to this screen. And then you can make selections by turning the knob. Not my favorite setup, to be honest with you. I would rather just touch, and you can, but some people prefer this. You also have a 360 view camera, a bird's eye, on this side, and your backup camera is here. You have an electronic parking brake, auto hold, which is what I call the fast food button. And so if you're in the drive-thru and or in a line of traffic and you don't want to go gas, brake, you can use your auto hold, and when you take your foot off the brake, you will stay in place until you hit the gas. It's just a small thing, but if you don't want to go into park or whatever, that's what people use the auto hold for. You also have the auto on and off, which I know is super controversial. A lot of people say they get in a car and they immediately hit the auto stop off. I like to leave it on. This is when you come to a stop at a stoplight or in traffic and the engine shuts down. It is gas saving. It's to help with your fuel economy. I use it. I like it. For some people who aren't used to it, it weirds them out. They don't like the fact that the car stops and they think it kind of hesitates, but that's all in the design. And almost every new car does have that button. On your steering wheel, you can control your radio here. You also have your adaptive cruise control buttons, a button for your phone. Lord have mercy, my neighbor's recycling the New Year's Eve bottles. Go ahead. Okay, you also have a button for your phone. You have your hands-free voice activation and a button for your Pro Pilot. And Pro Pilot is the Infiniti or Nissan version of driver assistance features. I don't want to call it hands-free driving, but it does have capabilities that you can have your hands resting in your lap. It will change lanes for you, and it's really an intuitive kind of driver help system. In addition to the heated seats, I do want to mention that this does have a heated steering wheel. And you do have a day and night control, so you can dim your screen or not. This is 12.3 inches, just so you know. And since we're talking about numbers, let's talk about the sound system. You have a Bose Performance Series sound system that has 17 speakers. And the sound is really, really good. It sounds premium. You have a digital camera in your rear view mirror. So this comes in really handy if you have a Costco haul or something piled up in the back and you can't see out the rear view mirror because there's stuff obstructing it behind the third row. Your camera will show you what's behind you, and it's just a really handy feature, which I appreciate. You have a beautiful pano roof, and I think this comes in all trim levels for the QX60, which I do like those heated seats. It does feel more premium in here. You do have black open pore ash wood interior trim. I think that's right. Black open pore ash wood, which is really beautiful. It's real wood. Real leather, lots of soft touch surfaces. Anything you're gonna touch in the front feels very luxe. Under your armrest, you have a lot of storage with a 12-volt plug in case you need it. You have a bottle or cup holder and extra storage in each door. And notice that your steering wheel is a little bit flattened off, and this really just helps to have extra legroom and clearance. Blind spots are located on each mirror. Those side mirrors are heated and power folding. You also have rear automatic braking and rear cross traffic alert. And I call that one the grocery store function. So you know how you're reversing out of a space and there's always tons of activity in the grocery store parking lot. If somebody were to dart behind your car or try to cut you off or that sort of thing as you're reversing, it will alert you, and if necessary, it will stop you. In the second row, these seats are on rails, and they do have a car seat tilt, which I'll show you in just a second. Your passengers back here have bottle and cup holders in the door. More speakers for your 17-speaker Bose sound system are located in each door. Your vents are up top with your reading light. In this center console here, you do have heated seats, and you can control your climate. You have a traditional household plug, USB, and a USB-C charging port. This console in the middle is removable. Again, kind of like the sister car, the Pathfinder. You can take this out and store it if you don't want it in here. But if you want to keep it, you have a compartment for storage, 2 cup holders, and notice that these quilted autograph seats continue for the second row. Only in this trim level will you get the automatic captain's chairs. Every other trim level will come with bench seats. This is a 6-passenger vehicle, and I'm going to show you why in just a second. Lower latches are easy to find. Right here, you have a top tether in each seating position, and if you need to install another car seat in another place, your option with lower anchors is behind the driver in the third row. So let's check out how you get back there. Touch this button, and notice, this is a car seat tilt, which is different than a tilt and slide, and everything's called something different, but let me just show you what that means. Not only is it on rails, and it will go way up and pretty far back, but when you push this button, if you had a forward-facing car seat installed, you probably would not have to uninstall it in order to give people entry into the third row. The third row is interesting. I'm going to just come over here and show you. This seat is almost all the way back. It's maybe a half inch from not being back. And I don't have very much leg room at all. Let me just put it back so you can see. Oh, just for funsies, if it's all the way back, my knees are crammed and my feet are at a weird angle. As a person who's 5'7", I couldn't ride like this simply because my foot, I don't know what to do with my foot. I've got a bad knee, so that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna put this out of the way just so you can see what else it looks like back here. We do have that button to push the seat out of your way, which gives you really easy exit from the third row. Really easy for older kids to use. I love the fact that it has seatbelt tethers so that when you are accessing the third row, you're not dragging all over these and tripping over them, and they're not getting in the way. Each person back here has 2 bottle or cup holders and a USB-C charging port. Your vents are up top. And when I said this is a 6-passenger vehicle, and I would explain, It's because of this area here. I honestly am not sure what this is about. That says Q60 third row tray mat. So this is a tray and this is a tray mat. That's all I got for you. So the one thing I do understand quite clearly is that this is not meant for 3 people, which is good because it's just not set up that way. There's not a headrest. So only 2 passengers in the back here. And each passenger in the back does have a decent seating room. Good headroom, no complaints there. And again, your lower latches are here and the top tethers are in each outboard seat position. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward third row. Yeah, so let's look in the cargo room. There's 18 cubic feet of storage behind the third row. And in the back, we have decent storage with the third row up. You have a 12-volt plug right here. To lay these seats down, you use this handle, and they will go totally flat, but I'm not gonna mess with this right now just to show you that. And with this button, it is power up. Manual down, power up, if that makes sense. So you can also pull this, but if you're doing it the right way and not rushing, I would put the headrest down, pull this handle, and these will go flat. To bring them back up, I just hit these buttons. There you have it. There's a light up top so you can see what you're doing, and there's a ton of storage right here. This skid plate, or do we call it a skid plate? This area here also has illumination, just like the illumination in each door that says Infiniti. One touch, you can close it, or you can also kick to close. Do that. I'm going to kick it open, and then I'll speed this up, because I think the thing I love about the kick to close is if I have my Costco haul or whatever and my hands are full, I don't want to fumble with this, you know? So kick to close. Oh, of course it's not going to work. Kick to close. Okay, so kick to close. We did it. Check this out while we're here. 20-inch aluminum alloy wheels, black roof racks, and this is two-tone. The top is black. All of the QX60s have the two-tone with the black top. I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest with you, but I listened to a couple other reviewers talk about it, and they seem really gung-ho. They liked it, thought it was sporty. The jury's out. I do love the chrome accents. These side view mirrors have your blind spot, they're heated, and they're power folding. In the front, we have more LED lights, a really bold grille, and this Infiniti symbol actually lights up at night. So I hope you enjoyed this short tour of the 2024 Infiniti QX60. As you can see, it is loaded with luxury features. Coming in at just under $70,000 MSRP, is there anything this is missing when it stacks up to the German competition? Or to its closest competitor, the Acura MDX? Let me know which one you would prefer in the comments. And let me know what car tour you would like to see me do next.